So this false equivalence and this notion that, I guess we still need to debate. Does Donald Trump, is he racist, or is he just have like a racist intent? It's so rude to say that they're racist. All he is doing is celebrating. I think that's what he said. We look at it as a celebration, Juneteenth. And the best place to celebrate it is at the location of one of the greatest racial massacres we've had in the country. It's not even a racial massacre. I mean, it's a massacre of black people. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know. I don't know what the equivalent is here. We're going to, I don't know what the equivalent is. I mean, it's just, I don't know. We have, it's just unbelievable. And the idea that like, it's wrong to call them racist. No, it's racist. It's racist. And I find it hard to believe that there aren't going to be at least some measure of supporters who are going like, yeah, well, whatever. They'll get over it. Not a big deal. I like how the idea they thought there would be some blowback. We just didn't realize it'd be that much. People are a little sensitive right now. Here's Donald Trump. And maybe part of the reason why they didn't think there would be that much blowback when it comes to Juneteenth and the Tulsa Trump rally is because Donald Trump, from his perspective, he's been the best president for black people since at least Abraham Lincoln, maybe even, let's see. Here he is. This is here's that interview with Harris Faulkner. Wonder if she even bats an eye when he says this.
All of that fit into talking with the protesters and people right now wanting for the black community, and not just blacks, but communities of color, people who are disadvantaged in general. I mean, the economy is the great unifier, right?
Well, I think I've done more for the black community than any other president. And let's take a pass on Abraham Lincoln because he did good, although it's always questionable. In other words, the end result.
Well, we are free, Mr. President.
But we are
did
free.
Pretty well.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah, no,
so I'm going to take a pass on Abe, Honest Abe, as we call him.
But you say you've done more than anybody.
Well, look, criminal justice reform. Nobody else could have done it. I did it.
Honest Abe, as we call him. Did you know that, Jamie? Did you know that they called him Honest Abe? Were you aware of that?
Oh, yeah. I think I was.
Oh, because I thought Donald Trump had, he's done some deep research on Lincoln. And so he found out, and he was just letting everybody know, they called him Honest Abe. You know that, right? I mean, I don't know if you know that. He once was selling stuff to, at a store in Illinois and chased down, giving someone like a buck back on their change. Yes. So he understands what's going on with Lincoln, and which is why you got to take him at his word for like some of it's questionable. He did some good stuff, but some of it's questionable.
Yeah, you can see the moment where he remembers that he's also simultaneously defending Confederate statues and bases named after Confederate generals as well.
Well, what is it that you think that he's saying? I mean, do you think this is what and of course we're all projecting, right? Because we don't know what he's talking about, what's questionable. And he wasn't saying it's questionable whether I'm better than Abe Lincoln or not, because I'm putting him aside because there's so much controversy about Lincoln that I can't make a proper assessment whether I am better for black people than Abe Lincoln, right? Maybe doesn't realize about the Voting Rights Act or about, the Civil Rights Act or, all these things. He's an idiot. But I'm really curious what's in his head about Abe Lincoln that is questionable. And my guess is this right-wing narrative that maybe if Lincoln wasn't so bloodthirsty,
he's a tyrant.
He would have offered to buy the slaves' freedom, which incidentally he did. And was rejected. So, but I mean that, and that may be giving Trump too much credit, right? I mean,
definitely. I'm thinking about Trump going, I'm suspending habeas corpus. What a horrible thing to do.
Yeah.
I think the thing that is questionable in his mind, as always, is who was better for Black Americans, me or Honest Abe? That's as deeply as he's thought about it.
It's
They
buried
call-
in a footnote by Eric Foner, Reconstruction. Just look footnote chapter 8, footnote 74. It's there about the Honest Abe. And
A
me
lot of
being
people told him
wrong.
not to go to the theater that night. And then what happened? He wanted to see a play, and then Reconstruction was basically short circuited. So
I heard
a
lot of those
judgment problem. But they did call him Honest Abe. I know that. Were you aware of that?
a lot of those actors were racists, I heard.
Hey, did you know Honest Abe was a Republican? A lot of people don't know that.
Mm.
A lot of people don't know that.
But I like people who didn't get assassinated.
Yeah, I like presidents who stick around for Reconstruction. Don't take the easy way out. I like how she said, oh, well, he did, we are free. And he goes, oh, yeah, no, we are free.